Feel it. You still have time.
Logan is directed by James Mangold, who also gave you the previous Wolverine film called The Wolverine, and one of my favorite films from James Mangold is Walk the Line. And Logan is the latest you can say X-Men film, or more of a standalone Logan Wolverine film, aside of a storyline that doesn't really fully involve of the X-Men, even though there's a bit of relationship with the X-Men, but the film really focuses on Logan and then this new character X-23, which is, you can say, a clone of Logan and Wolverine. So I'm gonna give you the bit of the synopsis of what's going on with this film. Logan is a very, very old guy that he is having a very messed up life, where he is a chauffeur. He's doing the Uber life basically. So he's driving his way around to get some money. Then he wanted to buy a boat so that he and one particular character, Charles Xavier, so that he can live in a boat safely away from the so-called dangerous world or very, very evil world. So they want to be alone, so no troubles can get. But along the way of doing that, they met someone that is the girl X-23, and then this guy who created X-23, this particular girl, so they are trying to find her. Logan has to start protecting the girl and Charles Xavier at the same time. Then there's so many things going on with his life, and as if he doesn't feel messed up already. As you all know, when you go in and watch Logan, the one thing that you will be watching is Logan, the girl, and Charles Xavier, and these government guys. They are the characters in the film, because we have watched so many Wolverine film in the past, like in 17 years, 9 films of Logan, so we kind of get where Logan is coming from, the character development and such. But the character development for Logan is really, really good, because he is very, very old. Because to some people thinks that Logan, he have health regeneration, he can't grow old, he can heal himself better. But you have to remember that it did carry a bit from the previous movie, The Wolverine, where Logan was in Japan. So there's a bit of character development from there, and then so that's why he is old. He is very weak in that sense. So as the character development, he is very old, very grumpy. He's trying to get his shit done, and at the same time he's trying to be as patient as possible when things cannot handle out his way, so his anger out really Wolverine out. Other characters like the X-23, she doesn't talk much, but she is very good for a very, very young actress. She is very good for what she is supposed to be. To be honest, I can see a very, very bright future for this Spanish girl. She is really, really good in many ways. The way she portrayed of this particular character, she is very, very cunning, she is very, very angry, and then there's certain moments that where she is supposed to be calm and very cute and very sweet that she is, and her performance in this film was so good that one point I had to tear out. It was really, really good. Patrick Stewart as Charles Xavier, he has always been a very, very kind and very, very wise character, and this film, he's a bit of a grumpy old man. At the same time, when he's wanted to appreciate stuff, then he is appreciating stuff, which really gives you a very grandfather kind of feel, which he did successfully did. And then there's a lot of swearing with Professor X swearing. This, how much can you ask for it? Professor swearing. We are kind of a bit used to with Logan swearing, but this is the first time we get Professor X swearing with all those F-bombs, which is really a joy to watch. Other than that, there are a bit of the villains with this guy portraying with the robotic arm. I totally forgot what's the character name, but he's portraying this character. It was fine, but the character development was okay, because there's not much going on other than him trying to capture this X-23 girl. So there's not much going on. But again, it's a Marvel film where almost every other villain's development is not that great. So I'm kind of a bit used to it, but he did portray fine, and I know he did serve his purpose in the film. So I want to talk about the relationship development, as in the relationship between Logan, X-23 and Charles Xavier, to the point it acts like a 3 generation of people, the grandfather, the father and the daughter. So their relationship was really, really fine. So Hugh Jackman is in a sandwich generation, take care of the daughter and take care of the father, and then that portrayal of that 3 generation was really, really good. You feel deep down of their relationship, and then the flow of the movie was pretty good. There are times when we need to see a lot of action. The action was really well done, which I will cover in my action sequences later in the session. The action was really well done. It was eye-poppingly delicious to the point I couldn't shut my eyes off. Every action was well well done that the camera sequences, I mean the camera wasn't shaky at all. The action sequences were well done to the point it felt real, to the point I wasn't even noticing any CGI because of the setting of the film. The background, everything was really the real place, the forest, the farm, the everything was so it doesn't feel like a CGI background like some other films like X-Men Apocalypse or Days of Future Past. It doesn't feel CGI, whereas this one felt very, very real. So when it comes to the flow, the action sequences was done very well. When it comes to certain of moments where the film's supposed to slow down, talk about the value, family and such, it did very pretty well. It knows when it's supposed to slow down and when it's supposed to speed up. When it comes to action and story about family, it done very, very well. The climax was really, really good as well. I want to talk about the cinematography. Cinematography was well done. The cinema works like I mentioned, where there's no shaky camera. There are a lot of certain moments where we have to appreciate the moment, the feeling of it, which goes very, very nicely with the tone and the flow. And then the development of the story, because we already know how Wolverine Logan character is supposed to be, so there's not much of a development for his personal character, but in terms of the development of the story, we know that what's going on with his life, because you totally feel what kind of things that he is going through, like I mentioned earlier. But the thing that make this film so popularly good is the relationship development between the girl and Logan, because they are introducing the new character X-23, the girl, with his relationship with Logan, and then this is the final film for Logan. So I can totally say that this is a proper send away film for Logan, as in how Fast 6 did very, very well with Paul Walker, as in a very, very good send off movie for Paul Walker. So this film kind of did a similar thing, but it did way much better. It's a proper send off for Hugh Jackman. I want to talk about the story of family, how Patrick Stewart was starting to talk about this is how we should appreciate slow time and then the family and such stuff. It portrays very, very well. The message was really, really strong in this film as well. But as an overall film, the movie exceeded than what I expected, because there are so many unpredictable moments which I like a lot, and then there are certain moments that I did not particularly enjoy. Those are more like a nitpicking moments, but I shouldn't nitpicking, which I will, if I want to talk about my nitpicking, I will talk about in my full spoiler review instead of this non-spoiler review. So I'm talking about the general here, so I will be covering more stuff so those are the nitpicking parts. I did enjoy the film for what it is supposed to be, and it did very, very well. But if I'm going to give my first impression score, I would give it a 8 out of 10. But after a bit of analysis and a bit of thought through after watching the film, this film did Logan a full justice of what it is supposed to be. So I am going to give Logan a 10 out of 10. When I watch this one, it's a M18, mature 18 film, because there's a lot of slashing, killing, gore. Literally, even though if you watch the Red Band Logan trailer, even Logan just shove his claw up a guy's head, to the point you know that this film is gonna be serious. This film is what the X-Men or even just Wolverine fans want: blood and gore, and which this film delivered it perfectly, to the point I have never seen Logan in this sense. This film did so much justice. So have you guys watched Logan? If you have watched Logan, maybe also check out my full spoiler review. I will be talking about what I thought it did well, what I thought it didn't do well, and then maybe subscribe to my channel and see more future content, and check out my other video as well. So this is my review for Logan, and I'll see you all next time.